Hello guys, welcome back to another Bitcoin update here. As we mentioned in yesterday's video, I said usually weekends are red days, especially Sundays. We can see we have hit our pitchfork target here perfectly. No surprise to you guys, we're selling off here. Very typical. Algorithms offload their positions at the median line. So this is a full pitchfork. Some people have been asking me. I have pulled it from the lows here, from the massive fourth wave, which I believe down here from 49,000 to the recent highs to the recent lows, and we're using the shift pitchfork. So we can see here how amazing these pitchforks are. Right now I'm looking for an area to bounce. Just keep in mind, this was our previous pitchfork we had. So the previous one, before we had this one, we just used the low here. So we can see how it played out previously. This one we actually had a bit different, so we're using this low down here. But either way, you can see more or less the same. So these median lines are usually a sign of a trend reversal or a resistance. So last time we had quite a significant drop. However, right now we have the second time we're testing this median line, which is from this low here. I have pulled it. So I do expect the market overall to go to the upside. I'm still bullish here overall. I do think that there's liquidity up here above that we need to take out. So I do expect, would like to see the market reverse. We come here on the daily time frame. We still have this target up here, the 70k. So this is the from the bear market lows to the all-time highs and to the recent lows here. We're having this modified shift. Something I want to say, it's the modified shift. The probabilities are always a bit smaller than the shift one. So the biggest probability was to play the move here. So this is a shift pitchfork, which we can see we reached. So the easiest would have been to play the long up here. So basically you enter long here on the pullback and then ride it up to the shift one. That's the most guaranteed, basically. The highest odds basically to play to the long side. Right now we're aiming for the modified shift, which I do think are still high odds for us to go to the long side here, but we need to be cautious here because, as I said, the market can still chop around here before we go higher. So we have to be very, very cautious here. So back here on the Bitcoin chart, people ask me what I'm looking at right now. Well, the most obvious answer is, you guys that follow me, you know I like the 0.31. So I basically only use the median lines, and from the lows here to the highs, I like to use the 0.31 Fibonacci's here. So this is what we have been discussing in the VIP, that I'll be looking to add to my long here. We're long down here right now. I'm looking to add here any bounce here from the 0.31. These fibs like to provide bounces. Of course, this is a smaller time frame. We can even come here on the 2 hour. It's a smaller time frame, so it can very easily provide a bounce, but then we need to see continuation. These doesn't always predict macro lows, especially on smaller time frames. So just to go long here and then think Bitcoin will do this is very unlikely. I would like to see it. So I will be I have bids down here at the 0.31, and then if we get a bounce, I'll be looking to aim for the original. So I'd like to see Bitcoin do something like this next here, maybe chop around here and then start going here to our next target, which is going to be the original pitchfork at around 66,000. If we start breaking below this 0.31, then we have to reanalyze, and maybe this pitchfork here has been some kind of top, and this was just all a scam pump, basically. Scam pump, like, was just liquidating shorts, and then right now Bitcoin continues down. I don't see that happening for a few reasons. Right now the stock market looks very, very bullish. I want to see tomorrow open what the stock market is gonna do. Second reason is Ethereum also looks very bullish here. So this has been our Ethereum pitchfork from the lows to the highs to the recent lows. I'm still of the opinion that Ethereum has to go up to this median line here. But as I said, Ethereum has been very laggy behind. So it has respected this pitchfork down here quite nicely, which makes me confident that algorithms are indeed using this pitchfork, and they're going to try to push it here to the upside to offload their positions. Something I'm also looking at on Ethereum is I like to see correlations. If we take from the lows here on Ethereum to the highs, we can see Ethereum is currently sitting at the 0.31. So ideally, I would like to see Ethereum here starting to bounce, and then Bitcoin also coming down to the 0.31 at the same time here. And usually when they both hit the fib, it's more likely to get a bounce. How high of a bounce, I'm not sure yet, guys. I want to see tomorrow what the stock market is going to do. So I'm still holding my long. I took quite a bit of profits here. I actually didn't open a short here. I advise people, if they want to short here, they could. Personally, I thought this, when you get such an impulsive move here, I was a bit worried to short. I'd rather just pull profits on my longs and then try to add on the way down. But as I said, I think we can get a nice bounce here from the 0.31, as we have a nice correlation with Ethereum as well. Something else I want to talk about is alt season. A lot of people are asking me what is going on with altcoins. We can see some altcoins are doing some crazy movements. Here, actually opened a short here to hedge my Bitcoin long here on APU. So we hit this median line here, very, very interesting on the daily time frame. So let's see, we might get a pullback here. But overall, let's jump into the altcoins. So the altcoins right now, this is a Bitcoin dominance. So the Bitcoin dominance has hit this median line here that we've been talking about for some time. We've been trending up here. So for altcoins to start rallying, we need the Bitcoin dominance to start trending lower. So basically for 2 years now, or 3 years basically, we've been just trending higher. So we've had this modified shift here as our target, which we hit perfectly, which I actually called like a month ago. I was yelling alt season when we come up here. Also, people were like, what are you talking about, Cobra? There's no alt season. And we can see some alts are moving, but the thing is we have hit resistance. We basically called the high to the tick, but right now we're just been chopping sideways. So what I'm waiting for right now is Bitcoin dominance to start dropping below here. Once we do this, even this small move here, if we can move down to 55%, is absolutely gonna send altcoins absolutely parabolic. We can also see, even already we can see like meme coins have been starting to move quite well here and making some crazy gains here. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I have a good track record in the past of calling alt seasons. We can see here, this is the total altcoin market cap. So we called the complete top here. We also got this whole move up here, the previous alt season. So this is the whole alt market cap of all altcoins basically. So we can see here, we've been posted it in the VIP here in the macro predictions back in February. I said market cap will go to 800 billion, which we reached. And then we called the top here where the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we called the top to the exact tick here. And since then altcoins have been completely crashed down. And I will show you why I could call basically this top here. It was not just because of this supply zone, which I like, but it was because of this pitchfork here, which I've showed in the past, but I'll show you guys once again. These pitchforks are something to not play around with. These are very interesting tools. We can see what happened once the total altcoin market cap came up to the median line. Imagine starting to short altcoins here the whole way down. Absolutely insane. So this is what I'm looking at seeing for altcoins right now. I would like to see us starting to reverse here. If we go on the logarithmic scale, we still have the median line up here, which personally I don't see us going to, because this would just mean that altcoin market cap needs to go to like 1.6 trillion. And don't want to start bull posting and telling people we're gonna do this when I'm not really sure. I would like to see, we have broken this downtrend here. So we had this downtrend, we can see right now, it looks like we've gotten a breakout here. Probably altcoins are gonna chop around here for a while until we're then gonna have our next push higher, which is also gonna correlate with the Bitcoin dominance here, going sideways and then gonna have a next push lower here. So that's what I'm looking at right now. But as I said, guys, this bull market, I believe the altcoins are not gonna perform as well as previous bull markets. You have to understand, especially this cycle. I've talked to a lot of other traders. They say this cycle has been much more difficult to trade. And as you guys know, the biggest movers are meme coins, which I don't think is a very healthy thing for the market as a whole. So right now, I prefer to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum here on leverage than altcoins in general. There are a few altcoins that I like to trade, like BNB. So Binance coin is one of my favorites here because it's just respecting these pitchforks so nicely. I want to just show you this, guys. So we had a perfect top here, which I opened a nice short, and then we had a perfect bottom here as well on this pitchfork. So BNB, Binance coin is very nice to trade. So some altcoins I like to trade, but overall you have to be careful when trading altcoins. So let's hear back on Bitcoin right now. We just need to see Bitcoin stabilize here before we can then see Bitcoin dominance basically start to move down. It can still take a couple of weeks. We can see here on the daily time frame, we're just chopping around here. If we break this median line here, in my opinion, then alt season will be invalidated and my analysis is wrong. But as long as we're below here resistance, I think we can continuously chop here, come down. So on Bitcoin, we can see as I'm recording this, we're now hitting this fib here. On Ethereum as well. So I would like to see some kind of bounce here. Usually they come down, create a wick. If these fibs break lower, it will not be very good overall for the market. And then probably Bitcoin will go lower, which I will then look just pull here from the highs to the lows and to the recent highs. And I will look for the shift pitchfork. So either I see Bitcoin starting to bounce here to the upside. I have bids down here, which are about to get filled, or we break down and I will look to play this long here. I would not like to see Bitcoin retrace as low as this. I do think we're gonna first have a bounce from the fib here, but this is our last resort in case we go lower. All right, guys, please remember, manage your risk. If you want to learn more about the pitchforks, join the VIP or join the Discord, and I'll update you again, guys, tomorrow. Just keep an eye on the fibs here, both on Ethereum and on Bitcoin. It'll be very interesting to see if we're gonna get a bounce here. Have a great Sunday, and I'll update you again tomorrow, guys.